I'm Jonah, and welcome back to Boheim Baseball. Just me today, but that's okay. Anyway, with the first game of the day, the Guardians are unfortunately out of the playoffs. The Yankees beat them 5-1 to kick them out. And yeah, not a great game pitched by Aaron Savali. He didn't even, I think he got one out before they took him out and went to the bullpen. Cortez pitched well, very well for the Yankees to help them with the lead. Stanton, big 3-run home run. Judge also hit a home run. And yeah, overall, it was a good game for the Yankees. They got a good win out of it. They advanced and faced the Astros. The problem with this series was whoever's going to advance from this series was going to be at a disadvantage in the ALCS because of the rain delays. Houston pitchers are going to be on a lot better rest than the Yankee pitchers are going to be because of the rain delay. So that might give the Astros an advantage, especially in those first games because they can pitch their aces. And, the Yankees just use Nestor Cortez. They still might have Garrett Cole by the first game, but who knows? He might not even be back first game. They might pitch Talion or someone like that. But I'm not quite sure who they're going to pitch this first game. I don't know if they've announced it or not yet. But, yeah, Yankees-Astros is the next series. It's definitely going to be an interesting one. As you know, it's again, it's been there a couple times. It was there in 2017 when they cheated and beat them. I don't know if it would have gone the other way if they didn't have a trash can in their dugout. I have not done enough research to tell you that. I don't know. I don't remember exactly what happened, and I think there's definitely some beef there. I kind of wish Chapman was playing in the series so he could get his redemption against Altuve or something. I think that would be really cool for him, but he didn't make the roster, didn't show up to a workout, didn't say his excuse was good enough. Anyway, his ERA wasn't really good enough to even make the roster. So even if he didn't miss that workout, I still don't know if he would be on the roster because it did not look good for him this season. And he's kind of been on a downward spiral. I mean, he is approaching more of the later part of his career. He's been one of the best of all time, though, when he's good. So him and Craig Kimbrell are those guys that are like, yes, we've been basically Hall of Famers. Craig Kimbrell is definitely a Hall of Fame relief pitcher. But they're kind of at the point in their careers where they just don't have the stuff anymore. So, yeah, I don't know. It was kind of sad to see Chapman's career end like this. I wouldn't say end, but, not even make a playoff roster. Like, he's still going to get a spot out of the team out of the bullpen, and they'll just hope he pitches well. Don't know if he'll get the closer role again. That'll be interesting to see if he can get that. But anyway, what an incredible season for the Guardians, though. The Guardians went from an under 500 team last year to making the ALDS. They have a lot of young pieces, so I don't think this is the last time we see them in the playoffs unless somehow they don't make it. I wouldn't understand if they didn't make it, but there is a chance they don't make it to the playoffs. But I don't see it. I see the Guardians being a pretty good team around baseball for a while. They still have prospects that they haven't brought up that are supposed to be big factors as well. They have not Arias, but they have George Valera. They have Daniel Espino on the pitching side. So, yeah. Yeah. So, overall, the Yankees have kind of been carried by very occasional Stanton home runs. Donaldson's hit well for him. Harrison Bader's hit really well for him. And Anthony Rizzo has played really well so far in the postseason. Judge has only hit 200. Like, Gleyber Torres is hitting 150. Stanton's hitting 125. Yes, he has those 2 home runs. Oswaldo Cabrera's only hitting 105. Trevino's hitting under 100. Hicks had to leave the game with an injury. And Matt Carpenter hasn't gotten a hit yet. Yes, it's just been pitch hit appearances. We'll see how much he plays into the next round. But yeah, some of the Guardians hitters struggled. For the most part, the Guardians hit okay. Of course, we had those big Oscar Gonzalez hits, and we also had some good production from Jose Ramirez, Steven Kwan, people like that. But overall, good season for the Guardians. Wish they could have made it farther, but, this is their stopping point. And the Yankees, it's time to get their redemption for all those years that they made the playoffs and always got kicked out. I don't know if it's time for another Yankees World Series ring, but I don't know. The Yankees can have number 28 this year. It's still in the run. Anyway, the second game of the day was the Phillies and Padres. Phillies win. They lead the series 1-0 now. I think it might be time for Phillies World Series baseball. Yes, I said that. Phillies World Series baseball. And yeah, Harper hit a home run. He's been a monster this postseason, an absolute monster. Schwarber hit another home run. Hit his 488 off of Yu Darvish. So yeah, he crushed that baseball. Overall, not the best offensive game. Phillies had 3 hits. The San Diego Padres only had 1. And I did mention this beforehand. I wasn't sure how long the Padres would be able to keep up their offense. And this shows that some pitchers will be able to shut it down because it hasn't been the best during the season. So I think it was interesting that they're hitting as well as they were. And yeah, but Zach Wheeler continues to dominate this postseason. 7 innings pitched, 1 hit allowed, walked the batter, struck out 8. In the postseason, he has a 1.4 ERA. And then, of course, Dominguez and Alvarado came in to get the save. And pitching-wise, like Yu Darvish didn't pitch bad. 2 runs in 7 innings, struck out 7, has a 2.84 ERA this postseason. But Zach Wheeler stole the show, and Darvish missed on 2 pitches. That's all there really is to it. And that's sometimes how a series goes, is a pitcher misses 1 or 2 pitches, and it changes the whole tide of the game, changes the whole series. But I think this is good for the Phillies. They're making sure that they win in San Diego, which is really good. And they're really showing that they are a very potent team. Like I said, Bryce Harper is here to show out. It's interesting to look at the Phillies box score and see all the 100 batting averages. Like, the only people not hitting in the 100s are Bryce Harper, JT Realmuto, and Gene Sierra and Brandon Marsh. Okay, there's 4, but that's just 4. Everyone else is 100. Like Stott, Bohm, Castellanos, Hoskins, Vierling, Schwarber. But I think they will get out of it and play well. Anyway, looking forward to today. We have 2 games. The Yankees have to play again today at 7:37 Eastern on TBS. That game will be interesting. And the other game, the earlier game of the day, Phillies-Padres play again in San Diego. And yeah, it's on Fox, FS1. Another bad thing for the Yankees is they were home field, so they have to fly from New York to Houston for today's game and be on short rest. So, that will play a factor, but, we'll see what happens there. Pitching matchups, let's see. I wonder what, I was just going to check if we got pitching matchups yet. It doesn't look like it. At least from what I'm seeing, is I'm not seeing a pitching matchup yet. If Wheeler pitched today, I don't know if Nola would pitch. I don't know if you're going to pitch Syndergaard. I'm not sure exactly who. But yeah. Anyway, these games are going to be excited. If I had to guess, I'm going Phillies again, though, for this first game. I think the Phillies are going to show the Padres that they're here to play. And I think that the Padres might win a game in Philadelphia. But I do believe that the Phillies will win another game and sweep them for the first half of the home field advantage and show that they are here to play. And yeah, second game, I do think the Astros take the edge. I think the Yankees could have some good hitting. I think their hitting's going to have to be good if they want to win because they did have to play in an elimination game the day before, so they won't have all their relief staff. They won't have and then Cortez was on short. I think they'll be okay starter-wise. I think the pen, if the Astros can get to the pen, that's not going to be a good thing because they did play yesterday and flew from New York, and flying from New York to Houston is a pretty long flight, so there might be some people tired. But yeah, overall, I'm excited for the games today. I'll probably watch at least the Philadelphia-San Diego. I don't know if I'll watch the Yankee-Houston game, but I'll definitely come in it during periods of it, and yeah. Anyway, good baseball. It's the postseason. It's down to the championship series. Next is the World Series. and then the season's over, and we look forward to next year. Anyway, thank you guys for listening, watching, whatever you're doing, and we will see you next time on Boheim Baseball.